I had a guess of the guys I had sex with, it'd probably be 8.
And later, what an 8-year-old knows about the birds and the bees.
Girls get periods. What's a period?
It's the end of a sentence.
Should parents talk to their kids about sex? We're with moms who have 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15-year-old kids, and they're trying to deal with how much they should tell their kids and when. But how do their kids feel? How do their kids feel about this whole sex thing? Check this out.
A group of teens were gathered to have an open and honest discussion about sex. Each one of them was pulled aside to talk about their personal experiences.
Everybody at school talks about sex, and I know what they're saying is not true. My mom is forced to talk to me about sex because other people are talking about sex.
I think my mom tries to talk to me about sex, but I think sometimes she doesn't really know what to say to me. It's really cool that I can go to my mom and have her be able to talk to me about it, because I know some of my friends' moms, they won't talk to them about it at all.
If I have a question about sex, I usually go to my friends.
I learn about sex mostly from the streets because I don't really have friends, so I kind of just hear stuff through the grapevine.
She just doesn't want to know. I think my parents kind of have the better off if I don't know attitude sometimes. It's almost like I'm scared to talk to my mom about it, because I think she'll judge me. Like if I did do something, I wouldn't really want to say it. Because I was going to high school, I felt like I needed some more experience. So me and my boyfriend have already had sex. My best friend had sex, and I felt like since it wasn't really a big deal, I should just get it over with almost. The pressure is there, and it makes you choose that decision maybe sooner.
If you don't have sex, then everybody calls you lame, and all my friends claim they're having sex, but I'm lying about having sex to them.
I think it's normal for kids my age to have sex.
All the sex talks makes me feel awkward.
I think one of the biggest things my mom would be surprised about is that we had sex the day after we started going out. And there's a couple times we didn't use condoms, but I would hope for the best, and it worked out okay.
My mom would probably be surprised of the number of guys I had sex with because she doesn't really know. If I had a guess of the guys I had sex with, it'd probably be 8. Yeah, probably 8.
Wow. Mom. 8. How old are you?
15.
15 years old, and you've had sex with 8 guys. Why do you think you've had sex with so many guys?
I don't think that I've had sex with so many guys, but I know it's only 8. But they were all mostly my boyfriend.
Wait, you said I'm confused. Let's slow down. Okay, you said it's only been 8, so that's not a lot?
Not really.
That's not a lot. And you said they've mostly kind of been your boyfriend.
Yeah.
What does that mean, boyfriend?
Well, my first he was something like my boyfriend, but after that happened, we didn't talk anymore.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Because he didn't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You say something kind of like your boyfriend.
Well, most of them were my boyfriend.
What does that mean?
Mom,
I don't know what.
Did you know? You said you kind of knew what your daughter was doing. Did you know it was this much?
No.
No.
No. I thought maybe 3.
So at what age did your mom talk to you about sex?
Probably when I was about 14.
About 14?
Yes.
And when did you start doing it?
Well, my first time was when I was 13, but I didn't start being really sexually active till I was 14 or 15.
Okay, so 13, it was like making out, like heavy making out?
Yeah.
And then 14 was sex?
Yes.
I heard you say something to my producers, like if she would have talked to you earlier, it would have been different?
Yes.
What does that mean?
If you would have talked to me about it earlier, then it would have made a difference because I would have known more about sex than just pushing myself into it.
I hear you. A lot of the time I felt like when I tried to talk to you about things like that, you feel like you're being lectured and you tune me out and you won't listen. Especially when you come home and you have hickeys and I talk to you and I just get the eye rolling and the sucking your teeth at me. And I've tried, but if you need me to listen to you more, I'm always here, always, no matter what.
How old are the guys that you're dating? How old are the guys that you're dating, sweetie?
Most of the guys were probably 16 to 18.
16 to 18? Do you know where?
She's going to school with the boys that are that old. Same thing with Mercedes. Even though she's a freshman, she's with the older guys.
But Mercedes said that the guy that she had
Her
sex
boyfriend.
with,
He's 15.
but it was the day after she met him.
No, I've known him for 2 years, but it was the day after we started dating.
It was the day after you started dating. So I want to be your girlfriend, and then the next day, let's have sex.
Yeah, that
Why do you
actually
laugh?
I'm not, because I think it just sounds like a typical come on kind of a thing.
Not funny at all.
It's not funny.
I don't think I'm laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing out of a nervousness.
Nervousness?
Yeah, it's not because it's funny.
So it's something that you're going to work on and address.
Of course. I mean, as it is, you know, Mercedes has asked me about going on birth control pill. God forbid she gets pregnant, because my sister got pregnant when she was 14. I know what it's like with teenage pregnancy.
Mercedes, you said that you felt pressure. Do you think if you talked to your mom in any different kind of way that the pressure wouldn't have felt as much? If she talked to you about sex differently? How did she talk to you about sex?
We never really talked about it for like a long period of time. Like it'd be like here and there.
Like little quick, fast conversations? Not
Yeah.
longer conversations? Would you
And it'd
like
be
to?
pretty awkward.
It was
Like,
awkward.
Yeah.
And then when I would ask her about it, she'd say, "Oh, well, we don't need to talk about that because I already know all of it."
And then
like,
you
in other
would
words,
say,
because they
and then
teach
you would
it in
say what?
school.
So you
I
think
said,
it's
"Are you sure,
enough in
honey?"
school?
I think that they're actually doing a pretty good job, actually teaching about sex education, protection, and stuff like that. I went to parent night, and they went over all the curriculum, and one of the things that they talked about was the fact that they used to wait until they were seniors to talk to them about it. They don't anymore. They get them when they're freshmen now.
So you think they've done enough, and that's good in
Oh,
school?
no. I think it's good that they get it in school, because there are a lot
But
of
what do you
parents.
think you could have done differently? For her to not like, this is my boyfriend now, and now we're supposed to have sex immediately.
Well, one of the things that I've talked to her about is the peer pressure, because that's what I went through. That if you weren't, like she said, I heard it on the tape when she said she needed to get it over with. In other words, to be part of the group, to feel comfortable with other kids, then you need to have sex. I don't want her to feel that pressured for that.
We'll be right back.
Up next, do your kids feel safe enough to talk to you about sex?
When I see like other people tell their parents, they look so disappointed, and I don't want to disappoint my parents.
Still to come, how to answer the tough questions.
And right at the dinner table, she said, "Mom is a real word." And then, of course, what follows is, well, what does it mean?
We're talking about kids and sex. When do you talk to your kids about sex? So we actually have Tina and Ashley here with us right now, and Ashley started crying in the tape piece before the break. Why were you crying, Ashley?
It's emotional for me to not be able to talk to my mom. So. It's okay. I don't want to feel judged ever.
You think your mom might judge you?
Like, I think that if anything ever did happen, and I would have to tell her, that she would be judging me. So, like, I don't know. That's hard to think that.
Tina, can you tell her that you won't judge her, but that you still will parent her?
Oh, definitely.
But
we've pushed her because she has such big dreams to wait. There's so many things that she wants to do that waiting would be really important.
So, Ashley, why are you crying? Have you done things and you just feel a little uncomfortable?
I haven't, but, like, I know that if it came to that, because like I listened to all the other kids, like all the other kids at my school and stuff, and like they are having sex and they are doing things like that, and like I don't want it to happen, like if I do it because there's so much pressure and stuff, that my mom will think of me different. Because like when I see like other people tell their parents, they look so disappointed, and I don't want to disappoint my parents.
I'm not a psychic, but I feel that, Ashley, I feel like your tears are because you've done more than kiss and hold hands and you feel guilty. Is that true?
No, I just
kissed and held his hand. That's it.
Like we just kissed. Like you know how you said earlier, like there's like making out and then there's like having sex. Well, like we don't have sex, but like there is.